All right, let's go ahead and get it started then. Let's go ahead. I'm already prepared. I'm already prepared for the dislikes, for the unsubscriptions off of this video right here. Because people not really going to try to grasp what I'm saying. They're going to take what I say and they're going to try to take it for their own meaning. But it's all good. Because what got to be said, got to be said. And it's okay to have questions. Now, it's a reason why I started off with this photo right here. It's the reason why I started off with this photo, this inaccurate depiction, right? So by this photo right here, by this photo right here, either one, Jesus was racist, or two, somebody bullshitting, right? But I'ma get to why this photo was depicted this way. Right? As you can see, you know, Jesus didn't fuck with niggas. He didn't fuck with black folks. Let me stop using that word. Let me stop using that word. Jesus didn't mess with black people, apparently, with this depiction, because as you can see, there are no black disciples, right? Now look and see what happens when you try to search. Look at the mind. I'm gonna try not to cuss as much as possible in this video, right? It's the reason why in this picture there are no black disciples. Look at the mind. I don't even know another word to replace fuck. Look at the mind fuck. When you try to look for black disciples, this is what you find. So look how they placed it on your mind that this is what you have to do in order to be a black disciple. You have to be a gang member to be a black disciple. And we're going to talk about where all this came from. I don't even think this video going to be that long. Right? But look at what you have to do. And let's look up the word disciple. Let's look up the word disciple. One who embraces and assists in spreading the teachings of another. So what teachings are they spreading, right? Because you got to pay attention to the words that they use, man. Etymology is very important to learn. They're not just, this gang just didn't call itself that for a reason, for no reason. You got the gangster disciples. Look at, once again, you got to be a gangster to be a disciple, right? But let's talk about the gematria that they throw right in front of your face with the G and the D. The G being the 7th letter, the D being the 4th, right? G, D, right? 7-4. Let me enter that, right? 7-4, right? Just like Jesus 74, just like Lucifer 74, just like Masonic 74, just like English 74, just like Gematria 74, just like Killing 74. Now the GDs, GD 74 was created by a man named Larry Hoover. Let me show you how they threw the Gematria right in front of you. I said it was created by a man named Larry 74. Let's talk about how these gangs was created off of Masonic influence. And they threw the Gematria right in front of you, and it went over everybody's head. Shout out to AK-47 because he brought that to light last night when I went on his live. He showed my video of showing the Gematria, and he said, bro, all of y'all that's in gang culture, y'all moving off of Gematria. Larry Hoover was a Mason. Tookie Williams was a Mason. All them folks was Masons. And that's why you see the same influence. Let me show you a Masonic ritual that y'all that went over y'all head. Lil Mister, Lil Durk's cousin. He was a GD, 7'4", right? Now keep in mind, he died at 7400 block on March 15th. Now it's very interesting that March 15th is the 74th day of the year, right? But once again, they keep on trying to show you, and then he died at the age of 24. I guarantee you a BD did it, right? Because BD is 2-4, right? The GDs and the BDs is head to head. 2-4, B being the second letter, 4 being the D being the fourth letter. And it just go right over people's head. The GDs and the BDs. Look at how smart these guys is.
Hey, they done let the GDs in the door.
Look how smart these guys is.
They done let the GDs in the door.
Look what David came out.
They done let the GDs in the door.
On 7-4.
Hey, they done let the GDs in the door.
They not dumb like you think they is.
GDs.
They way more calculated than that. Hey.
Ooh,
7-4. It came out on 7/4, July 4th. That's when this song came out, the GD anthem. But let's go deeper into why. Right? Let's go deeper into why. Right? Growth, development. And you see the G smack dab in the middle. Doesn't that look very familiar? Doesn't that look the same thing as the Freemasonic logo with the G smack dab in the middle? You ask a GD, they're going to say, yeah, the G is for God. Ain't that the same thing that the Masons say? So why do you think, who do you think like sits here and comes up with these type of groups? And to this day, GDs was formed in the 60s, and even still today is still prominent. Why do you think if Black Lives mattered, why wouldn't they be trying to put a stop to the gang violence and things like that? Why do you think this stuff is rewarded? This activity, 10 million views for a GD anthem. It gets rewarded. Why? Because gang culture is nothing but a step lower than Masonry. It's the same thing as running a fraternity. Why do you think majority of the rappers that you seen coming from Chicago is either a BD or a GD? That's their little way into the door.
And let the GDs in the door.
With the Mace, ooh, this came at the perfect time. With the Masonic duality short song. And y'all think this is a game. With the Masonic duality short song. You see them? I'm telling you, these people are smarter than what they put off to you. This stuff is way more calculated than that. You think they just some ignorant dudes because they sitting here bouncing around and dancing and rapping. It's way more calculated than that, down to the day that this song was released on 7/4. Even the gang signs, right? We see these puppets in Hollywood giving the same type of symbolism with the all-seeing eye over one eye. And we all know these people are Masonic puppets. So why is the gang members doing the same thing? They're doing the same thing. And you don't think it came from Masonic influence. The Bloods and the Crips. You know, they always got to split everybody right down the middle. You know, black versus white, you know, duality. The duality game they love to play. Another two more gangs, Bloods versus the Crips. Same thing as Republican versus Democrat. You got the blue states and you got the red states. It all comes from the same concepts. It all comes from the same concepts. The Masonic Red Lodge and the Masonic Blue Lodge. Look, red and blue lodges. It all comes from Masonry. That's what it all boils down to. And that's why these gangs are still prominent today, because this is what they want you to be. They didn't shadow ban this. They wanted you to see this. They want you to become a GD. They want to make it sound cool to be a GD. This type of shit gets rewarded. You get a cookie for this. Right? Why you think the American flag? Why you think the American flag is the same color? It's showing you the same principles. They're showing you that this country was founded on Masonic principles. And they showing you clear as day with the blue and the red in the flag. And George Washington, the very first president was a Freemason himself. Freemasonry. GeorgeWashington.org became a member of the Order of the Freemasons in October of 1752 in Lodge number 4. And this is when the bullshit began with this country. That's why they're bringing it in this direction that they are. They doing nothing but playing this duality game on the people. Yes, they take oaths. Everybody takes an oath. Everybody takes an oath. You get sworn in. What you do? What you do? You put your hand up and you get sworn in. Let's talk about that then. When you go to court, we ain't talking about Soul Illuminati right now. This ain't the video for him. What's the Masonic poses? Let's talk about when you go to court and you swear in on the Bible. That's a Masonic pose. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get to it. I know it's somewhere. It should be so hard to find. Shit like this be hard to find. Masonic pose. I'm gonna say, damn, sworn in. Come on. I can't find it right now. Yeah, this should be hard to find. Shit like this be hard to find. But the bullshit be right in front of you. All right. Somebody send me a link if they can. We're going to move on from that, though. We ain't going to stick on that. That ain't going to hold me up. That ain't going to hold me up. Look, there it go. There it go. I said Masonic pose, right? Sworn in. And this is exactly what they do. This is in the book of Masonic poses. It's when these folks put their hand up like that. That's a Masonic pose. That's where it came from. That's where it came from. But yeah, all of this is deeply rooted into Masonry. And they even threw the Gematria right in front of your face. Lil Durk's cousin was a ritual. That's why all these rappers belong to some type of gang. That's their little first step in when they start learning these principles. And the farther up you go, the more you learn. Same thing as Masonry. That's why they keep bringing you these gang members. These gang members are educated. That's what y'all not understanding. You think they just some ignorant dudes. Nah, they're highly educated. And they knowing shit they not gonna tell you. That's why they always got their hand covered over their mouth. Because they took the vow of silence that they not gonna tell you. This is what you gotta do to be a black disciple. But I think I already done hit on all the points. I think I done hit on all the points already. Like I said, it's not gonna be a long video. But yeah. And the same thing, right? Politics, yeah, we didn't hit on everything. Yeah, see, that ain't take too long. Got that off my shoulder. Because I've been thinking about that for a long time. But yeah, y'all like the stream on y'all way out. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for the support. Appreciate y'all for the love. And I'm out.